This is the 2022 Las Vegas Sun High School Football Media Day. We're powered by our friends at Red Rock Resort right here in Summerlin. Also by New World Graphics. They gave us those cool t-shirts, and they remind you that friends don't let friends wear blank shirts. Also to our friends at Bonio's New York Pizzeria, authentic hand-tossed New York style pizza. They're gonna be giving us lunch today. This is the defending state champion Silverado High School Skyhawks, Coach Andy Ostalaza, quarterback Brandon Cannell, and wide receiver, kick returner, defensive back Donovan Pellet. Coach, defending state champions, how does that sound?
It was great, first time in school history. I mean, we won our region, won the state title. It was a good year for Silverado.
Sure. So the year though is over, and now we're on to a new year. How was the transition from state championship season to defending state championship season? Are the kids motivated to do it again because it was so fun, or are they a little content and complacent?
At first, I think we had kind of a hangover for a little while, but probably going into spring ball, even before then, we got into sevens, which, you know, in my history, we're normally not a sevens team, but we picked it up in February when we got into a sevens league, and that's when I think everything kicked right back in, and there was no more complacency. Like this year's team is probably one of our better that we've had in the weight room. Our kids are just physically a lot stronger and bigger than they were even last year.
Yeah, I think what's fun for me, Coach, is this year your schedule is much improved from last year. You're going to have an opportunity to show that not only are you guys one of the best team in the 4A, but one of the best teams in Nevada. The challenge of that schedule, playing some 5A schools, how exciting is that for the boys?
I think, with Centennial and Palo Verde on our schedule, especially early on, I think it's better for us, especially going into league play, to get some real tough opponents. One, because they physically, they're bigger teams. They have a lot more depth than a lot of the teams in the 4A. So it's going to take, pretty big effort to try to get past those teams.
Yeah. So Brandon, you're the man that made this guy stop running the football, right? He was known around town as the coach that handed the ball off to a kid 40 times a week, every week, and who was going to run the ball. And because of your great throwing and your wide receivers, you guys are now a high-powered offensive team, so much that you won state. How satisfying is it for you to know that you went to a school that ran the ball and you kind of changed and had a historic season?
Well, I think for my freshman year, all the coaches saw the possibility of maybe switching it up, but we didn't realize it until we had to switch it up against Shadow Ridge last year. So it's nice to go into a program and change it for the better, and also just help everybody look good on this team.
Yeah. How has the offense evolved? I'm sure there's probably some new wrinkles for your senior season.
I think the offense is looking really, really good this year. I think the potential this team has is really, really high.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this season.
So Donovan, you went from not playing as a sophomore because of the pandemic to slowly starting to make an impact, to bursting onto the scene as a junior year. Was your rise something that you knew you had in you, or something that along the way when you started scoring touchdowns, you're like, yeah, I am as good as I thought? How did that kind of evolve for you?
I don't know. I kind of always thought I was a very good player. Coming into sophomore year, I had to kind of kick it into gear and really bust my butt in the weight room, bust my butt on the hill by myself, and all that just paid off going through my junior year and to finish it off.
Yeah, I know that a lot of teams in August, no matter what level of football you're talking about, prep, college, or pro, I think every team thinks they're going to have a successful season. But to know that you guys actually can have a successful season, how does that motivate you guys in the summer to keep training, knowing that you've got a title to defend and that people are going to be shooting to beat you?
Just really embracing the grind, embracing every day, embracing each other, egging each other on, picking each other up when we're down. It's really just about the type of kind of camaraderie thing, about picking each other up every day, day in and day out.
Sure. Coach, last year you guys established a lot of scoring records. We've already documented the great passing, but I think equally impressive and maybe overlooked is defensively. You guys scored in 75% of the games. I know you lost a few guys from defense, probably where you got to replace the most people. How is the defense shaping up? How do you get those guys going again?
We have, probably for the first time that I've ever been at Silverado, we have a ton of depth on defense, where we actually have different groups that we can bring in depending on the teams we're playing. But we will be probably faster than we were on defense last year. We have a lot of speed. We're pretty long. Our defensive backs, that's where we return a majority of our guys. A lot of those guys had a lot of the, interceptions. We had a lot of turnovers with them. And that's where our touchdowns came from defensively. Overall, we seem to be on course to be as we were last year, with just a little bit more depth. The big thing with this team is we have a lot of seniors. It's a good class, but they've made it a pretty good deal with the underclassmen where they get along real well. And I think that's what helped us out last year, that our team does get along real well. The camaraderie is super high.
All right, last question, Brandon. When was the last time you lost a football game?
The last time I lost a football game was freshman year against Foothill High School in the first round of playoffs.
What year was that?
That was freshman year for me, so 3 years ago. That makes it what, 2019, 2020, 2019?
Well, that's an impressive streak, and I hope you guys keep it going, another undefeated season. And we'll be here all the way to document it. Remember to listen to our podcast every week, our picks, and thank you guys for calling in the scores on Friday night. Your coach is one of the best people with stats on Friday night. He makes it real easy for us. So thank you guys, and have a great season.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.